Well, hello guys, and welcome to a new Age of Empires commentary. You maybe heard already that I have a new mic, and so I'm really motivated to do some videos now. But first, I need your opinion on a lot of different aspects on how I should produce my videos. Today I would like to hear your opinion on a lot of questions I ask myself about my videos, so maybe you can help me decide a little. But since I didn't get a lot of feedback, I want to know your opinion now, so that you can help me decide on how I should produce my videos. In the background you can see me playing against another random player on voobly. Even though we weren't really high rated, it was really fun because the game was really back and forth. We both made mistakes, but we also both had really good attacks. It may not be the most interesting footage, but it's a game like it should be, and that's the reason why I took it. The first question I want to ask you is, should I speed up the game footage when the game is really boring? For example, at the beginning of the game there's not much happening, and most players know how the start of every game is going to look like. And since I want you to be fully entertained with my videos, just tell me in the comments down below if I should speed up the boring parts or if I just should leave the game footage like it is. The next question would be if I should enable the fog of war, or even if I should enable unit spy. Most likely I will do it like this. I will enable the fog of war as long as it's useful to see the player's point of view, and else I may be enabling just unit spy or disabling fog of war overall. I can imagine that it's not very pleasant to watch this unit spy all the time, because it's kind of weird if you're used to Age of Empires. But anyway, as you could just see, I still make a lot of mistakes, and so I would like you to tell me if I should just upload my own gameplays or do it like the other channels and upload a lot of pro gameplays so you can see how the experts play the game. Which is really useful because you can see how you do it perfectly. But on the other side, if you watch my footage, maybe you're gonna see my mistake and not gonna do it yourself. But in the end, experts also do some strategic mistakes, so it doesn't matter that much. Next thing that I didn't do on my old channel at all, but I'm really unsure about now, is about background music. I'm just gonna put in some background music so you can listen for yourself and decide what you prefer. If you don't like this track in particular, you can go in the video description down below. I put a link there that leads you to a site where you can look up some music I can use in my videos. So I'd also be really happy if you give me some background music you like. Or the other option is just that I put in the standard AOE background music. Just in case you are wondering why I did only 2 militias in this video footage, it's because the enemy has seen my barracks while I was producing them, so I knew he would wall up, and I just made 2 so that the cost would be less. Alright, next thing about the clip section. I would like to know if I should put very short videos in the clip section also, or if I should put them together to one montage-like video and then upload it there. Or if you have any other suggestions in the comments down below, I will answer every single comment you will give me. For example, if I should talk normally, or have a lot of pauses and spelling mistakes, or if I should cut it all together so that you have the most pleasant viewing experience. If I don't cut anything, then I will be able to do a lot more content. But on the other side, I will do that anyway as soon as I have my Twitch live streams. Because in my Twitch live streams I have no possibility to cut anyway. So if you have any suggestions, may it be about the video editing, about the speech, or about the in-game settings and recordings, just post it in the comments down below, and I'm really looking forward to reading what you have got to say. And also, of course, I'm gonna commentate on it. Now, back to the gameplay. This is getting really interesting because the enemy is doing a scout rush now, and I'm just not getting that spear over in time, so I'm trying to fight him off with my villagers. But it's getting really critical, but in the last moment the spear is there and he shoots them off with his very large lance. So I can produce some archers and even try to fight him off further. And since I have my archers and my spear now, he can't really come near to me with his scouts. So I tried to make a forward tower. I'm not really sure now why I put it in this location. I tried to get some stone, but it wasn't really covering anything except the front of his base. Okay. But before we get too distracted by the gameplay footage now, there's one last thing I want to talk about with you guys. and that is the current state of Age of Empires 2 HD. Because it's really weird what's going on in the threads right now, because everyone in Age of Empires 2 HD is complaining to the developers about the game. But weirdly, they still try to do their best, not at fixing the game, but they try to do their best at ignoring the complaining people. And of course, their complaints just getting ruder and ruder with the time. Now it's 6 months over and the Aoak expansion is still not really glitch free. Sometimes it's very annoying even. I think it's now 2 months ago when the last reply from a developer in the official thread was made. And he said 2 months ago, in the next week there will be another fix. Not till today there is another fix, sadly. I mean, they are working on Age of Mythology a lot and I respect that. And after all, it's not even their fault. It's the fault of the fucking Microsoft PR team. What do they think? They bring out an expansion for $20 and they don't even fix it. At first it's not playable and after 6 months the glitches brought with the expansion are not fixed. And that, I understand everyone complaining, is really bad. Of course, us Age of Empire players in the heart will still keep playing the game, no matter how the developers fuck up. But how about all the new players? What about all the players that are just starting Age of Empires? I even have a friend who wanted to start Age of Empires, and I was trying to play a game with him and it was so glitched that he didn't want to play a second round even. And that is just a result of pure greed from Microsoft. And I don't mean the developers, because they are just employed by Microsoft. And someone in this company thinks that it's enough for 2 big, very nice games with a lot of players to just employ 3 developers for a whole game with expansions every few months. That is crazy, and somehow we have to get Microsoft for that and not the poor developers that are just employed. And I can almost sense the pressure which the devs are under. Just look at the new expansion. Apart from very nice graphics and interesting ideas for new civilizations, you can see clearly that there was not enough time to test them thoroughly, which is a really big waste of potential. But I will never give up the hope and I will keep playing until the developers fixed everything, and I think then we can have a really nice game, because we can suggest to the developers and I have a really good feeling about that. We just have to wait and give them some time. And please, whoever is responsible for this at Microsoft Studios, please don't do any new expansions until everything is fixed and everything calmed down, okay? Then we can have a really nice time, and I'm really looking forward to seeing new players join the best game since 1999. So we can make this community and this game so good so that it will last an even longer amount of time than it already exists. And we are not doing that for selling expansions to the game for over $20 a piece. But it's not the end of the world. Let's just learn from our past mistakes so we can do it better in the future. Which I really hope we can do, and I want to be a part of it. I want to help the community stay as big and as great as they are now. And with that, I want to stop rambling and get back to the game with you guys, because a lot has happened until now. As you can see, I lost my forward and went for the castle age to get up to the next stage so I can make some knights and maybe even boom a little bit. But now I have a little problem, because I'm not quite up and I'm not even walled, because I'm really bad at that still. So he has the option to push me now, but now I'm up to the next stage, and as soon as I get that knight out, his skirmishers have no chance. But first I have to defend a little, and now he's even coming with scouts and archers are now really dangerous for my villagers. So I'm trying to get that knight out and lose as less villagers as possible right now, and I even do a really risky TC there. But I think that he doesn't get enough archers until I can defeat him with my knight. But as you can see, even though the knight is very strong, he's slowly but surely dying, and the enemy is just keeping his spam up. And as you can see, I'm getting really tense now. But after all, I got the TC up. And now he has a problem, because I have a few knights out on the field. And what does he have? Well, he has a few units and he did a lot of damage. But I went up very fast, and through his scout production he took a lot more time to go up to the next stage. So he's still not clicked up. So now I have to even retreat, but I still have a lot of TCs. So now my plan is to just wait it out, lure him under the TC and just keep my game on and on so that I can boom. And at this point he has a really big problem, because if he doesn't come back now, if he doesn't do any damage with his units, then I'm just gonna boom ahead. And well, if I have a lot more villagers, it's gonna be very hard for him to come back. I mean, how? He somehow has to get up with the villagers, either through producing more himself or through killing mine. And now he's doing something that is actually not that stupid. He's killing my stable because he knows I have to put down a lot of farms right now, so it won't have a really big amount of wood. And as you can see, he's pretty much right. I only have like 50 wood, even though just now I had 1000 food. But now it's of course depleting very fast. And here, as you can see, he's even trying to snipe some villagers. But my knights are right there, and I did a little stupid move there and ran away with the knight and then came back, which was really indecisive for me, and this is why I lost the knight with only killing 2 archers, which wasn't the perfect case. So I tried to do an archery range so I could make some cavalry archers, because if you play Hun Wars, you always want to do cavalry archers. They are very cheap, very strong and very fast. So now I'm getting up a lot of lumber camps and I'm doing those cavalry archers to fight the enemy off. If I think about it now in retrospect, it was really stupid for me to instantly boom even though he was attacking so hard. I should have gone more into the army and fought his army back, because as you can see, he is pressuring me a lot right now. But luckily I still have those 2 archery ranges at the front, and so I can defend myself now with the cavalry archers while I attack him back home. But as you can see now, my problem is that he is really pressuring every single thing I have at home which is not under the protection of a TC. Now he's even coming in with his lot of spearmen and cavalry. And down there he's hitting my woodline with his archers. And I don't have my army back home. Rather, I'm standing around there at the palisade and not doing a lot. And if I would have explored, I may have even found that lumber camp over there. I mean, I could have guessed that at that point he cannot be completely in this little walls there. But I was still searching around and not doing anything about those villagers, which is really stupid actually. But I was gathering army, and at sometimes it's better to gather your army first, because if I just go in with 1 cavalry archer, it dies really fast without making a lot of damage. Opposing, if I get a few more, like for example 5 or something, I can do a lot more damage. And here I'm in, but he's already coming with his crossbows, because he's also attacking at the front and defending his base back home. But as you can see in the spectator scoreboard now, my plan is pretty much working, because I have a lot more villagers and the pressure is about the same. He's crashing a little more though, but not enough to get all those villagers I am ahead of him right now idle. He's killing a few units here and there, as you can see, and now he's moving straight to my village with his units. And of course I tried to react instantly, and I think I saw them go the upper way, so I delete those palisades very quickly But before I even notice, he's already on the hill down below and killing all my villagers. So again, I tried to split him and get him from both sides so he can run. But there's one thing I didn't expect. Those crossbows are really strong against cavalry archers. But as I told you before, if you have the numbers, not even that is going to help you. He was microing a little and it was actually helping him get 2 more kills. But in the end it was just a big difference of numbers. So I'm now going for the forward, and slowly but surely I am winning, because as you can see from the villager difference, it's just huge. And I have a lot of spare resources, because I was like trying to get his army, and just that little time from that amount of villagers went to be so many resources. And well, now he's going with the rest of his army, but as you can see, it's just outnumbered. Alright guys, so I hope you liked this commentary, and I'm really looking forward for your comments, and tell me what you thought about everything. Until then.